My name's Dylan. I'm the maintenance supervisor for Austrack equipment. So we supply equipment to major pipeline infrastructure projects all across Australia, anywhere from WA, Queensland, New South Wales, South Australia, all over. Austrack was founded back in 2011, so it's been going for 11 and a half years or so. Started out in a small bit of sales and a little bit of rental on that, and basically set a goal to be the best supplier for any pipeline project within Australia, and we're well on track to achieving that. So we supply everything from a 5-ton excavator to a 70-ton excavator. That's really our niche, is the 36-ton excavator market. We've got anything from D6 size dozers to D375 dozers. We have 360 track dumpers. We've got Moxies, Moxie water trucks, graders, 14M 872s. Yeah, anything you see on a pipeline project is basically what we have. What makes us different, what makes us better, we always source the best equipment, the best fit for the project. You know, every employee that works for Austrack has all come from the field. We've all got extensive experience in the field and know what the projects require and know the service that they require too. So we always support every project we supply equipment to. We always have support for them, no matter what they need. You know, whether they need fitters sent out in a hurry, or if they need parts sent out in a hurry, we'll answer the phone 24/7. It's never an issue to give us a call if there's any dramas. So that's what sets us apart, is that we provide the service that people require. What sets our equipment out from the rest is everything is always sent out in pristine condition. You know, if we receive a machine back with a scuffed counterweight or you know, scuffed inside of the dipper arm or whatever, everything runs through the paint shop. Everything is checked extensively. We do off-hire, on-hire reports. We've got specific check sheets for each and every make and model of machine that we have in the fleet. So everything is checked and gone through with a fine-tooth comb, so that when it goes back out on hire, it is like a brand new machine. Yeah, so we've got about 150 pieces of plant working on a project in the Pilbara in Western Australia for FMG, on a couple of water pipelines there to supply the FMG Iron Bridge mine site with water and return water. So yeah, that's one of the biggest projects we've got going on at the moment anyway. So Austrack started purchasing attached to Hitches in 2019 when the next gen excavator platform was released. So the first purchase was 2019 with the first lot of with next gen 336 excavators that the business purchased. Has been purchasing attached to for Caterpillar and Hitachi machines ever since. It's our go-to supplier for those two platforms, and will be for the future as well. So. Yeah, so we were using other hitches and things. Now they weren't a sliding hitch, they were a swing jaw hitch. So, you know, if we send a machine out and the customer has different buckets and things and they have slightly different pin centers, those swing jaw hitches they just don't cut the mustard. You know, with the attached to hitch, it's got a sliding mechanism, so if your pin centers are off a little bit, you can still pick that attachment up and use it. So you've got more of a vast range of what you can use the machine for, and yeah, that's one of the main reasons we use them as well. Yeah, so what makes us buy attached to is ease of use for the operator. You know, it's the flick of the switch and crowd in the bucket. It opens, closes. There's never an issue there with operation wise. There's no complaints from operators from operation of the hitch. And basically, you know, the support, the people are there. If there is any little issue with any hitch or anything like that, you know, they're always picking up the phone. They're always coming to us with a solution for anything. And yeah, they're good people. They stand by their product. Have we ever had to deal with the warranty team? We have dealt with them a couple of times before, and it's always a seamless process. You send them off an email, you know, and they're straight back onto you. You know, the response time is very fast, so it does improve the service we offer. You know, when the supplier has your back with any issues, things like that. You know, we've dealt with suppliers in the past that, you know, if there's any issue with their hitch or whatever, there's, you know, a million questions about it. What's the application? All the rest attached to. They've all come from that industry, so they've come from operating machines and all the rest, so they know exactly the environment that they operate in, and they understand. So, yeah. If you select Austrack for any of your project needs, know that we'll always have your back, and we'll always offer up the best equipment for your project. And you know, if we don't have it and you need it, we'll get it. Not a problem.